Hey, boys and girls, Ben here. I just wanted to get, uh, maybe I should start over. Hey, boys and girls, Ben here. I just wanted to do a quick video to talk about the benefits of fasting. I used to think that fasting was bad for your body. I think most of us did that, when you start fasting, you put your body into this starvation mode and you're going to start decreasing your metabolism and your muscles are going to start eating themselves and all that stuff. Well, new research has shown that actually fasting is really good for you. So, the Bible tells us to fast. God wants us to fast. We know that. It helps us draw closer to Him. It removes the distraction of food, and in a sense, it's a sort of sacrifice that it trains us to deny our baser desires, right? But sometimes I would think, well, why? I understand that, but why would God want us to do something that is actually bad for us, bad for our body? So I had that, in mind, but now I understand from doing a whole lot of research into fasting, intermittent fasting, and just short-term water fasting, that when you go into a fasted state, your body actually does a whole lot of repair, and it gives your liver a chance to rest, your digestive tract a chance to rest. It reduces your insulin levels, which is a good thing, a really good thing. It reduces glycogen stores in your body, which also is a good thing. But I wanted to talk specifically today about the healing effects of fasting. Now, I could go on about tons of other benefits, but I'm just going to talk about 3 things that happen when you start fasting. Now, if you do intermittent fasting like I do not eat for about 20 hours a day. I only eat within a 4-hour window. That helps to a certain degree, but it's also really good I think it's recommended either twice, 3 or 4 times a year to do a 3-day water fast. Now, I know that's not real feasible for some people, but for those who can, you'll get the most of these benefits out of it. Again, if you only do intermittent fasting, some people fast between 8 p.m. and noon, so they don't eat breakfast and they stop eating at 8. That gives you an 8-hour eating window. That's intermittent fasting, and that'll give you some of these benefits as well. So one of the first things I want to talk about is autophagy. Autophagy basically means, I think it's Latin, and it means to eat oneself. But what that means is your cells, your healthy cells in your body, actually break down and consume your unhealthy cells. And whenever some cells die, there are fragments of those cells that sometimes might linger. Well, with the process of autophagy, those healthy cells consume those broken down cells. Now, autophagy is always going on in your body. Your body is always rejuvenating itself. But whenever you fast, autophagy increases, and it can go into overdrive after, okay, don't get me lying, I don't remember how many hours it is. And like I said, if you go do a 3-day fast, you're going to get the most benefit from autophagy. But even during intermittent fasting, autophagy goes into overdrive after a certain amount of time. And what that means is your body will refine itself and become more healthy. Now, what they discovered, I want to say in the early 90s, Duke University's medical branch or something was doing research on cancerous animals. They would actually give animals, rats, I think, cancer, and I'd inject them with cancer cells or something. And they separated them into 2 groups. And they would do certain things, and what they found was most effective is when they took a group of rats or animals and they didn't feed them. They made them fast. They starved them for a certain period of time. What they found was those animals with the cancer that were being forced to fast, their lifespan was increased by 30%. So what that shows is that whenever they're fasting, autophagy went in overdrive, that autophagy allowed the healthy cells to consume some of the cancerous cells and allowed them to live longer. I mean, that's amazing. So if you fast on a regular basis and cause your body to rejuvenate itself in that way, you're going to reduce your chance of getting cancer. One, because those free radicals are consumed by healthy cells. And even if you do begin to form cancer, that's going to increase your ability to get, to heal from it, to recover, and to live longer. Along with that is the benefits that autophagy has on your brain cells. They found that people who fast tend to avoid Alzheimer's much better than those who don't fast. And people who are fasting or on Alzheimer's don't degenerate as fast. So autophagy has an amazing effect, and that goes in overdrive when you fast. Another thing, so that's number one. Number two is the increase in human growth hormone, HGH. Human growth hormone is high in your blood whenever you're young, like for example when you're an infant, and younger in life, when you're earlier part of life, and then when you go into puberty, HGH boosts again, and then diminishes thereafter. HGH obviously helps you grow if you're younger and still growing, but it also it helps you create new and healthy cells. It will help you repair whenever you have an injury, or whenever you, like a lot of weightlifters try to get their HGH levels to increase, because it helps you restore and regain your muscle. HGH, an increase in HGH also helps you increase your testosterone level in men. So HGH is often called the fountain of youth. Again, you always have some HGH, but whenever you fast, your HGH levels after a while go way up. And a lot of people think that if you fast, you're going to lose muscle. But the truth is, because of the fact that your HGH levels go up, and HGH helps build muscle and restore muscle and keep muscle, even if you do nothing with higher levels of HGH, you're going to keep more muscle than you would otherwise. Me, I like to do intermittent fasting, and I go work out at the end of my fasting period. And, supposedly that's the most beneficial, because then my muscle growth is optimized, because I'm going to have higher HGH to build that muscle from the workout. That's two. Number three, stem cells. We always have stem cells in our body. And if you're not familiar with stem cells are sort of like a blank cell, an unprogrammed cell. It's a cell that whenever a certain type of cell is needed, stem cells go to that spot and they become that type of cell. For example, if you have a torn muscle, stem cells go through your body, they'll collect wherever you have a torn muscle, and they'll become muscle cells. But those same cells, if directed somewhere else, become those cells. So stem cells are very beneficial and very useful for the body's healing. And whenever you have a need to restore something, stem cells, the more stem cells you have, much better, right? Again, whenever a baby's being formed in its mother's womb, it produces tons of stem cells, and then those go to certain spots, and they are assigned a certain type, and then they become that type of cell. So the more stem cells that you have in your body, the more healing power you have within your blood. Well, guess what? When you fast, your stem cell production goes way up. So there's three amazing benefits of fasting. Autophagy, your body refines itself, healthy cells eat the bad ones, and the free radicals. Human growth hormone levels increase, you can build and heal and build muscle, increase your testosterone level. Stem cells are increased, so your body sends out a whole bunch of cells to repair. So I'm suggesting this. If you have some sort of chronic health issues or just need some sort of healing, start intermittent fasting. That means start cutting out. First of all, just start cutting out breakfast if you eat breakfast. Push your lunch back further. Eventually, I think the goal would be, in my opinion, to have your eating be within a 4-hour window. Don't eat after, say, 8 p.m., 4 p.m. That's what I do. And then periodically do a 3-day fast. Now, for me, I tried so hard to do the intermittent fasting, and I couldn't get myself to do it. I didn't have the discipline to do the intermittent fasting. So what finally gave me the ability, the oomph to get over the hill, was the coffee that I'm drinking, the SlimROAST Optimum. So SlimROAST Optimum coffee suppresses your appetite, it boosts energy levels, it increases and improves your mood, and it gives you more energy. So I used to be sluggish. I mean, I'd get up in the morning, drink coffee, up to 4 cups of coffee. By mid-morning, I felt sluggish again. Sometimes I drink more coffee. But now I drink 1 cup of SlimROAST Optimum. I'm not hungry for breakfast. I'm not sluggish. Now, sometimes I get hungry around lunchtime. Sometimes I just push through, and sometimes I drink a second cup of SlimROAST Optimum. So it's not magic, but it sure does help. And for me, it's helped me to do the intermittent fasting. I feel so much better. I don't feel sluggish. Even if I do, don't get a lot of rest one night, and even if I'm getting hungry around noontime, I still don't feel the sluggishness. And I think it's just because I've lost weight and I'm healthier because of the intermittent fasting. I've lost 28 pounds since November. That's because of a combination of the intermittent fasting and the SlimROAST Optimum coffee. So again, my suggestion: start fasting. It's going to help your overall health. I mean, God didn't order us to fast just because He wanted to punish us and make our bodies become less healthy. Everything God orders us to do has a deeper meaning. Not only does it have its meaning, but it has a deeper meaning. God wants us to fast periodically to draw closer to Him, but it's also benefiting us physically. So, in one way or another, it's try to get yourself into some sort of fasting routine. And if you need help, I highly suggest starting with SlimROAST Optimum coffee. Anyway, if you have any more questions about fasting or intermittent fasting or the coffee, just hit me up. And anyway, good luck, guys, and good health. And talk to you guys later. All right, bye. Where's the stop button on this thing? I know this thing stops. Where's it? There? There it is. Bye.